Those are the original sprues, wax sprues. I've got my name tucked in there. Look. I made these in the mid-90s, I guess. I was working at a bronze foundry in an art college. So this one's bronze, and this one was going to be bronze, and then we added some extra zinc, which turns it into brass. So it looks like that. And I sort of, this is a face cast of me, and then this one I kind of modelled up the eyes and eyebrows, so it looks a bit more awake and cheerful. And what I thought I'd do with them is on the house, ever since I had the scaffolding, there are these holes. You can see that up either side of that top window there's a small hole, sort of equidistant from the corner to the window, same level as the height of the top of the window, and those holes go right the way through. And I just covered the inside over with some show sort of render, but obviously there's still a hole going into the wall, so I thought I'd reopen the hole on the inside, and if I can, pull those up from the outside with sort of rope and then a little bit of chain for the last bit. I've got some galvanised chain, and I can pull them tight against the wall, fix them off on the inside, and then fix all that into place for show, and then the wall will be closed off. And something interesting to look at is there were some details on the wall that have gone on these lower 4 holes here. There were these sort of like double cross shapes, double C's, you can just see on the right hand one. So it'd be quite fun to have something new up there.
See the chateau in the distance. Bit of a roof structure. Gorgeous view. Sorry about my finger. Blue sky. Just see a church spire up there. It's nice. It's the next village.
Well, I'll just pre-drill these two holes here, the swarf. Love where this picks up the sheen. I mean, I love metals. There's something about them. It's also wood, and you know, but when you get into the sort of qualities of it, such nice stuff, and it responds to your hands. I mean, I've just been moving this around, and you know, it's lovely stuff. Anyway. So here's the bolts I've got for it, which are stainless. That should last a while. I've just got to get the right size pilot hole for the thread. Now let's just see what we got here. We're probably going to use this one. I think that's probably too fine for it. Look. No, that's the one. So in the teeth mesh all the way along, without, you can sort of see they mesh all the way along evenly. The threads aren't the same, they sort of mesh partly and then come out of the line, but when it all locks in just like a zip like that, you know, it's the same depth and cut of threads. They're both metric, and to my eyes that looks pretty good. And I'm going to say that there's still a bit fat there, so you need to drill it so that the threads cut. You kind of drill the centre hole. There's enough material left there for the threads to cut themselves. So I'm going to say that's probably about right. If you hold it up, you should be able to see the threads both sides, which I can see quite a bit of there. Brass is very soft, so it should cut relatively easily. And once you've drilled it, you can't put it back, but I think that's going to be good. In worst case scenario, go for a bigger bolt, but there's not a lot of material here, so let's try. Oh, it's too sharp. Oh. A bit on the fast bit. Enough. Try that. Struggling with space a bit here, but you can't really do much out there because it's not only is it wet and soggy, but both of us have got flu for. Well, I'm just coming out of mine. Penny's just still going into it. Well, no, she's more than into it. She's starting to work her way through. it's a good time to just sort of try and sort a few things out. It's going to be very cold here next week. I'm going to try and find a position where this doesn't wriggle. Next to impossible. I think that still might be a bit big. It looks to me like that's too small. One. That's two. Come on, come on. Ah! What? And it's cutting quite nicely. It stiffens up. You go back a third, and the back of the cutter cuts off the burr. You can feel there. And you keep cutting forward. It blasts. Oh, nice and soft. That's just coming down. Cut backwards. Can't really go very far. Pretty good, that's a fix for one. And the second one. Really awkward coming at it from the side. Normally you sort of line the thing up like a tap, which is perhaps why they're called tap, I couldn't tell you. And then you can look at it from both angles and turn smoothly like that. But because down here and swizzle this, really quite awkward. But I've got that. So now, try my two thread holes with a bit of luck. That's how it looks. And here, number two. Just about get away with that, well, especially when they're shorter.